Hello my scrappy friends, this is take two, because the first time I didn't hit the correct button on the camera. So here we go again. So this is the book that you guys wanted help with, that I did for Tiffany for her birthday. It's extremely simple, you'll be surprised. I sent you guys a cutting list with this link. The cutting list is correct, I went over it several times. So, and I've highlighted different things. So here is the book. It is, the cover is 8.5 by 6.5 with a 2.5-inch spine. I remade it this time with a Kaisercraft collection that I had gotten at Tuesday Morning a few years ago. So I took a cutout and double matted Miss Tiff and some flowers from my stash. There is the spine and there is the back. Now, before we get into this, full disclosure, I don't do this. I'm not a designer. I definitely don't do videos. I will remind you as I mess up that y'all ask for this. So, there will be those reminders. Miss Tiffany, I think that you probably should get you a glass of something to drink and a snack that does not have crumbs, because you're going to be doing some giggling, girl. And we don't want you to choke. Alright, so here's the book. It has 4 pocket pages that make it up. In the cutting guide, you'll notice I have pages 1 through 8. It's just easier and how I prefer to look at it, so this would be page 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Now I left the covers blank, I just wanted something simple, but as you can see it's a nice space. You could do waterfalls, flaps, pockets, you know, or just leave it plain. This is a repeating pattern on the pages, so they mirror themselves. 1 and 8 are the same, 2 and 7, and so forth. So this is page 1. I have a cutout here, and it forms the tab. This is held with a magnet. And so you pull it open, and I left that, just glued it on 3 sides and left it open to make like a little teeny pocket there. And we have a flap that comes up. And then I did a tuck spot here, and there's another cutout from this collection. This I fussy cut. But you end up with a nice big space here. Page 2, I have these 2 horizontal flaps. These have an 1/8 of an inch gusset, because inside here we have a pocket, and I wanted to give plenty of space for you to be able to put pictures, booklets, you know, whatever you'd like, and it actually would still then lay nice when you close it and tie it. So I have a few cutouts in here, and then one of those awesome Heartfelt Creations tags there. And that's page 2. Page 3 here, I have the side-by-side pockets. They are single pockets. They're not joined, they're just kind of butted up against each other. And then I made tags to go in each one. And this was like the border strip at the top, but I thought it would look really cute there. Okay, so here we're at the middle of the book. This is page 4 and 5. And these are the same then, so we have flaps that come open this way, and then it's going to accordion out. And the other side then too. And from here, it starts to repeat itself. So we have our side-by-side pockets again. We have our horizontal flaps with the pocket. And again, more goodies stuffed in. And then we have page 8, which is the same as page 1, and we've got our cutout tab. It comes over. Again, I only glued it on 3 sides to make a little bit of a pocket. I have a tuck there. And then this flips up, and you have all this nice real estate. and a plain back end. Like I said, you can put things on the cover. I have a 1/2 inch gusset in between each of the pages. So you have that half in the front and the back, which would allow you to add more to the inside covers if you so choose. Now this is the second time I'm trying this. So, I'll be using cardstock that's a little different than what I'm going to show you for the cover. I just put the cover measurements on the cutting sheet because you all are extremely capable scrapbookers. You know how to make a cover of a book. You know how to do the hinges. I'm just letting you girls do it the way you like. So I have my one here. Again, you'll need, the 4 hinges when you do yours. I don't like the floating one. I don't know why. I'm worried it won't hold well. So I actually like the flaps on mine, but I'm just leaving that up to the style that you guys like and how you would prefer to do it. So we have 4 base pages, and they're made of sections that are 6 by 8 and 8.5 by 6. Okay, I have 3 of them done. So my 8.5 by 6, I have scored on one end, a 1/2 inch, and I have mitered a little. And then we're going to put them together. And one side of this then obviously will be left open to adhere to the book. I'll match that up, burnish it down, make sure I don't have any glue, and there we go. Okay. Now, just for me, because I get mixed up really easy. Mostly because, I get in a hurry. So, to try and help myself, I like to label my pages. So this is going to be page 1. I like to label what is up and where the spine is, to which direction. That's just me. You certainly don't have to. I just like that reminder. That way I put my flaps and my pockets on the right direction, because I've not done that right before. Okay, so we will start in on this. So we'll get our scoreboard. I'm assuming you all have cut out your pieces. I'm not going to go over that with you because, again, you guys know how to do all this. So for page 1, we have a flap that's 4.5 by 5. You're going to put the 4.5 side. Make sure you can see this, and you can't. Okay. There we go, ladies. Okay, you're going to put the 4.5 side at the top and score it a 1/2 inch. Also on page 1, we have a 5.5 by 6. You're going to put the 5.5 at the top and score it a 1/2 inch down. Alright, for page 2, we have a 3 5/8 by 8. You're going to put the 3 5/8 at the top. You're going to score at a 1/2 inch and at 5/8 of an inch, creating an 1/8 of an inch gusset. You're going to do that on both of those pieces. And then we have a piece that's 3 by 9. That's going to be the pocket. And we are going to score on 3 sides. So 1/2, 1/2, and 1/2. Page 3 is easy. We have 2 pieces that are 5 by 3 in their pockets, so just the 1/2 inch on 3 sides. And then pages 4 and 5, we have 2 pieces that are 3 by 6. You're going to put the 3 inch at the top and score a 1/2 inch down on both of them. And then we have two pieces that are 6 by 6.5. You're going to put the 6.5 along the top and score a ½ inch down. Now, because these repeat, you'll do these measurements and these scores twice for each page. I am just going to do pages 1 through 4 with you guys, and then, you know, y'all are smart enough. You guys can do this. Poor Tiffany's probably laughing her butt off. This is like the easiest book ever. Okay, so we're going to start with page 1. And I'm going to set that aside. I am going to come in and miter my flaps just a hair. Alright, and then we're going to fold and burnish. And fold and burnish. We do a lot of this, don't we? Okay, so again, well, I should go over that. You ladies, I know you have like favorite ways to do books and not do them. Just pick what it is you like. At this point, if you prefer to attach them into the book and mat with them already adhered, then you'll want to do that. I do it the same way Tamara shows and just put them in. I like to put everything on and mat the pages before I put them in the book. It's just a preference of mine. You ladies do it however you would like and just what, you know, works for you. As Dawn says, you do you, boo. So we're going to take our larger flap here and put a little bit of glue on, and we're going to come to the left side here, and we're going to adhere it on the very edge of the left side and line it up. Okay, give it a burnish here. Make sure I don't have any glue out. Alright, so this is what we're working on here, page 1. Now, we're going to open it up and we're going to take our smaller flap and we're going to put some adhesive, glue, or sticky tape, whichever you prefer. I like the glue. I'll never get the sticky tape up if I make a mistake. Well, I get it up, but you know, half the page is gone, so. Okay, you're going to come in to the top and just to the side of that folded score mark, because we don't want to get it right on top or it won't close. But then you ladies know that. So burnish down, make sure there's no glue. Okay, now I would love to say that just is not, I think I cut this slightly wrong. I know my measurements are right, but I think I cut it wrong. Because it should not be that long, it should be tucked under. So, there we go. Alright. Fixed, right? Again, I will remind you, y'all asked for this. This is a C-rate tutorial. I don't think I'm going to hit B. We're just going to stay at C. And hope for the best. Put this down again. And here we go. Alright. Now, I would love to say that I'm multi-talented and full of wonderful sage advice and those amazing tips that we all do actually really love and use. Thank you for them, Tiffany, because, yeah, I need them. but I don't have any of those. I do, however, have mags and nags, and here is your first one. Don't forget the magnet. We're going to use a magnet for this. We're also going to make a tab, either use a cutout or, of course, you can just cut out an image and put it on. So I have a 4x3 here. Now, there's my other papers. Sorry about that. Now, I'm just using scrap paper for this one to get it going. But I will tell you, you need to mat first. So for your first and last page, your first and your 8th page, you need to go ahead and choose your papers. You want to choose based on how you want to decorate, quite frankly. If you like embellishing, go for a more simple paper like Echo Park or Cartabella, something where you've got the stickers and everything. If you're not really big into embellishing, I would get a paper that has more going on in the images and let the paper do the work for you then. But either way, you are going to want to choose your papers because you would need to mat this first, and then mat the front of this, and then we would stick it on here. Okay. So again, I'm just using some leftover scrap to show you. So I'm not going to do that right now. Alright, so we're going to take our magnet, and I am using the bigger graphic 45 one because they just go through so many layers so much better. Alrighty. So what you're going to do is kind of position it where you want here. And we're going to put it on the back of this one first. So you would mat this and have this ready to go, and then you would come on and take your tab we're making here, your cut apart, or whatever you choose you're going to use, and whatever size. I'm using 4x3. You could use 4x4. You can use 3x3, whatever you would like. So I like it not quite even, but close. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to barely lift, put this more to the center, and secure it like that. Okay? And we're going to peel off the back of the other. Okay? And again, we're going to hold it, and I'm just eyeballing. I hope you can see this. Okay, I want it about right there, and I'm going to push down. And I got to get them apart. Alright, and you're going to want to tape over them. And my tape here. There we go. And hold them in place. Or I like the extra to hold it in place anyway. So that's just me. And I'm not one of those people that can tear true score tape. Just can't do it. My fingers won't do it. Okay. I'm going to put it back on. And then what I do is I take, once it's on, it's straight. Okay. Put it my way so I can see. Alright, then I come in and hold it, and I take a pencil and I just make a mark on each side. Underside. We just want a little bit of a mark. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a mark. Okay. You would actually go ahead, if you want, you could mat the back of this, then make your marks. Okay, and or you can just mat the top part. It doesn't matter. But I am going to put glue on the 3 sides between the marks. And they're roughly the same. And then I'm going to come over, I'm going to hold that up, this side up just a hair, See how I have it tilted? Let the magnet come together. Make sure it's straight and then press it down. And this then creates your little pocket. Okay? Once it's dry. Needs to dry. Okay. So that then is page 1. And your first mag-nag, don't forget that magnet. Now we'll see if I can get through page 2 following my own advice. Alright, so page 2. Page 2 is our horizontal flaps, the ones we put an 1/8 of an inch gusset in, and the pocket. So we're going to miter the pocket. You all know how. I'm not going to repeat those instructions. Okay, and then your second mag-nag is to remind you to only miter from the first score line. You don't want to miter the whole thing, just the first little part there. Just the 1/2 inch part. Okay. All these bitty little pieces because I'm OCD. Okay, and then just fold and score. And I know these 1/8 of an inch gussets are kind of a pain to work with, but I really liked the look of it with this book. I did initially try a 1/4 because I thought, I don't want to mess with that, but I really didn't like the look. It looked too clunky, and I wanted something a little more simple and streamlined. But it will give plenty of room in that pocket so that when you tie it shut, it lays nice and it won't kind of bunch out from the middle. So it gives you plenty of room to add things, if you want to make a booklet, or you just really want a place to tuck a bunch of photos. It'll work better that way. Alright, so here's our pocket. And it's easy peasy, thankfully. Just a standard one. This feels really weird talking to myself like this, and normally I don't have a problem talking to myself. Okay, so I want to double check and make sure we have got our up and down going the right way, and we do. So the first thing we're going to do is put our flaps on. I'll do it like that. And then we'll put the pocket on underneath. But before we do that, we have to, mag-nag number 3, adhere our ribbon. The ribbon comes out from underneath all of that to tie it shut. So once you have everything folded, you have to put on the ribbon. So let me get some ribbon here. We'll clean up those edges at the end. I love my glass mat with the grid. I think it makes life easy. I use it a lot. I don't know what you ladies use. I'm sure you have wonderful ideas and tips as well. This is what I do. And like I said, I really like it because I can easily center things and get it in the right spot without just having to eyeball everything. I don't mind eyeballing some, but sometimes you need to get it a little more exact. Alright, so mag-nag 3, don't forget your ribbon. Alright, so we're going to take our flaps, our horizontal flaps here. And this, I saw Tamara do a similar version of this. Hers didn't have gussets. I don't think she had a pocket inside, but she did this kind of flap. And I thought it was really cool, so this idea is borrowed from our Miss Tamara. And I'm just turning it around because that I can match it up better from the bottom than I can the top. And I'm weird like that. It is what it is, right? Okay. And if it messes with you, I would remind you, y'all asked for this. And I bet you won't make that mistake again. Alright, burnish down. There we go. Look how nice. Alright, so we have it back where our top is in the right place. Push that down a little more. Okay, and then we can do our pocket. I am just going to put glue on the very bottom first because I'm going to put a piece of tape over the edge of this. That's something I know Bonnie does and a few of the other designers do too. I really like that. I don't always do it. Some of the pockets I do, some I don't, but I anticipate putting many things in this pocket, and so I'm going to. So, there we go. Top. And I'm going to fold mine in, and we'll glue down the sides. Okay, smooth it down. I like to kind of come from the middle and go over when I do my pockets and try and get them to be as flat as possible. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't make a difference. It depends on the paper and the day and Murphy, you know. Okay, so there is our page 2. Okay, so we'll take our next section here. And this is going to be our page 3. And it's going to go this way with the opening there. So this is up. And that's the spine. And so this will be page 4. Up. Spine over. Alright. So page 3, right here. We have the side-by-side single pockets. Easy, definitely not anything hard in technical difficulty, but you know, kind of a different look. I had tried doing one before where it was one whole one and you glued in the middle, and I did not like how that turned out at all. So I decided there's no reason I can't just have 2 separate little ones side by side, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, so we have mitered, and now we get to burnish. And we want to dry fit just to make sure, because with them side by side like this, you could have to do a little finessing. I did on one of them where I had to kind of fold one in a little tighter, but actually